Welcome back to GreyWolf TV. We are continuing our episodes of the X-Files. This is now episode 17 of season 1. The last one was kind of a cold case, in effect, for Mulder. Someone he put away as a rookie when he made mistakes by keeping just a little bit too by the book. Got someone shot, another agent shot, and then this guy didn't die. Came back with a really weird hand, and thanks to the scientist who was experimenting on him, regained his youth, but still hell-bent on making sure Mulder paid for it, which was his demise. Anyway, we're going to carry straight on and continue with this one, episode 17. Present day, then.
pour la fin. Allez, Cocho!
Really?
This is Southern Crescent to Red Crescent. We've got a down plane at Camp Perimeter.
I've seen 3 of them flying over Chester County.
Right. 6 troopers were chasing them down 22.
Might want to stop the truck. Oh, it's going to be fine. Don't have brakes. All electronics out. This guy's ready for business. Shit, it's in the back of his truck. I can see it there. Damn. He's already here. How does he know?
From the trucker's description, the shape he fired upon could conceivably have been a mountain lion's. It is feasible that the truck was struck by lightning, creating the electrical failure.
It's feasible. How can a dozen witnesses, including a squad of police vehicles in 3 counties, become hysterical over swamp gas?
Isn't it more plausible that an exhausted truck driver became swept up in the hysteria and fired upon hallucinations?
Not like this.
He literally set them like 2 minutes ago.
All I want is to deliver my shipment of auto parts and forget.
You don't look too well.
The cough, the fever, the rash. Those are all symptoms of Gulf War syndrome.
I was never in the Gulf War.
Okay, so how long have you not been yourself?
Mr. Ranheim, I'm Police Chief Rivers. Please forgive the misunderstanding. Your truck's been squared away. You may go. We will no longer cooperate in your investigation.
Why?
They got to you.
Just go away.
What are you suggesting, that Gulf War syndrome is caused by UFOs?
UFOs are frequently witnessed by soldiers during wartime.
Thanks. Here you go.
Some of their information is first-rate, covert actions, classified weapons. Some of their ideas are downright spooky.
Check it out, Mulder.
I mean, the government can't control a deficit or manage crime.
Lone gunman.
What makes you think they can plan and execute such an elaborate conspiracy?
We're talking about a dark network, a government within a government, controlling our every move.
How can they do that?
How? I'll show you how. You got a $20 bill? That's just one method. They use this magnetic strip to track you. Whenever you go through a metal detector at an airport, they know exactly how much you're carrying.
Have you heard of any classified planes being
Wow, they
flown
really
during the
are
Persian
paranoid.
Gulf War?
Why would you need to expose a secret plane to an air force that runs to Iran whenever you take to the air?
Did you see the way they answered the telephone? They probably think that every call they get is monitored and they're followed everywhere they go. It's a form of self-delusion. It makes them think that what they're
No, it
doing
isn't.
is important enough that
Not
somebody
today,
would...
it isn't. That looks like a transmitter. The woman in the rental shop with the pen. What's with the UV light?
We go down to investigate a
You're
truck
on
driver's
some-
encounter with a UFO, and the next thing we're discovering electronic surveillance equipment. Who's listening to us?
Oh, okay. Brown envelope time.
What am I
I
on
need
to?
something.
A dangerous path.
The truck is bogus, and so's the truck driver Ranheim. There's something in that truck, Mulder, and it's not auto parts. And of course, nobody ever reported him. Furthermore, Ranheim lied to us about being in the Gulf War. His real name is Frank Druce. He's been to the VA hospital for treatments 3 times in the past year.
We had it.
Damn it, I didn't see that
We let it
either.
go. The wreckage and possibly the occupants were recovered by the Army. Ranheim, the truck driver, would be a perfect escort for the wreckage and/or bodies out of Iraq to a laboratory in the United States. Okay, we've got to try to intercept it and see what's on board.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go pick up a few things. I'll meet you back at your place in an hour.
When you do.
Okay?
The photograph in that envelope was taken by an officer at Fort Benning, Georgia. 17 UFOs were spotted in 1 hour.
Is that where the Iraqi wreckage is being held? Are UFOs monitoring the area?
Nice place you have here.
When I first saw the Gulf Breeze photos, I knew they were a hoax, but this...
The shadow's wrong.
Look,
I've noticed. Straight away.
this soldier's shadow is allegedly created by the lights from the UFO, but it falls in a direction contradictory to the craft's position.
Yeah, there's probably a degree of tint in the windshield, or the gradation could be attributed to atmospheric conditions.
I have never met anyone so passionate and dedicated to a belief as you. It's so intense that sometimes it's blinding.
I had the photo analyzed by the Bureau's computers. Initially, it appears to be legitimate.
It's
The
not.
film grain matches in pattern and density. Color levels, shading. It's the moon, half full. I had the reflection in this window enlarged by 25. There's the moon again. A quarter full. There's no one we can trust.
Not
They went to a
anymore.
lot of trouble to put us on the wrong track.
I've been a participant in some of the most insidious lies and witnessed to deeds that no crazed man could imagine. I spent years watching you. However, there still exist some secrets which should remain secret. Truths
why.
that people are just not ready to know.
Like the reaction to the Kennedy assassination, or MIAs, or radiation experiments on
More than
terminal
that, I
patients.
think.
That transcript you gave me, the Iraqi pilot, that was the truth, wasn't it? Why did you even bother to show it to me?
And a lie, Mr. Mulder, is most convincingly hidden between 2 truths. I'm not responsible for the electronic surveillance, but I do know they can still hear you.
How are you supposed to stop these people?
Glad you dropped by. I've been thinking about this whole situation, you know?
Yeah.
And I think you're right. I think they won this one. I think we should just move on.
There you are, Miss Scully, a round-trip ticket to Chicago. Here's your credit card.
I'd also like a one-way ticket to Los Angeles with a stop in Las Vegas. And for that, I'll be paying cash.
Well, at least we can be sure they didn't trace our call. I couldn't find the truck. Did you have any luck?
Yep. It's heading northwest on I-90. We have to get a couple tickets to Seattle.
People that passed on the road probably thought it was hauling auto parts or furniture, you know, livestock, whatever. Nobody would have suspected it was hauling a craft from another world.
Mulder, we've been following this truck for hours. Maybe he knows we're following him and he's taking an evasive route.
Uh-oh. Here we go again. This seems a bit too convenient. There's something red back there.
Oh my God.
Holy
It was
shit.
an extraterrestrial biological entity. Alive.
They had it here.
Where did it go?
I think we were just witness to a rescue mission.
So do I. We came back for it.
Whatever they used, we probably haven't heard of it. Sound weapons, stealth helicopter with an ultra-high intensity light.
Wouldn't it have been easier for them
Just to kill us. Yeah, I wondered that myself. But maybe they're using me against myself, like you said before. It began in Tennessee, where Ranheim was encountered.
The sightings are following the path of the truck.
All along
After
that
last
road.
night's hoax, look at this. 7 sightings in Mattawa, Washington. That's 100 miles away.
What's going on here?
UFO party.
You've seen UFOs?
Last 2 nights.
How would you like to have on your front page the first substantiated photo of an extraterrestrial biological entity?
No way. An E.B.E? What do we have to do?
Just hack me some identification numbers.
If you have the right
Parking
tools.
lot 4.
Thanks.
We're agents with the Federal Bureau of Investigation. I'm reaching for my ID. We're here conducting an investigation.
Proceed down the hallway, please. I have a male and a female who've identified themselves.
Oh shit, there we go. You knew he was going to do something. What the shit's going on in here?
Let him go. You've done well. You're dismissed.
What?
I know how very badly you want to look through that window, but it would be pointless.
Why?
It's dead. Even at the brink of the Cold War, there was an ultra-secret conference attended by the United States, and it was agreed that should any extraterrestrial biological entity survive a crash, the country that held that being would be responsible for its extermination.
What?
It didn't know what a gun was, or perhaps they don't show emotion. Innocent and blank expression as I pulled the trigger has haunted me. And maybe sometime, through you, the truth will be known.
That's what he's after.
You're awfully quiet, Mr. Mulder.
He's surprised.
I'm wondering which lie to believe.
Yeah, me too. Damn it. Where's he going? Okay, that was episode 17. That was simultaneously a really good episode, but really friggin' frustrating at the same time, as much as it was for Mulder and Scully. How much of that was truth? How much was lies? Exactly what he's just said to him. The perfect way to lie is to mix it in with truth. That's what makes it so difficult to separate. I don't really know what more to add to that. So he has just said, we don't know if it's the truth, Deep Throat, that he's responsible for having to exterminate one of these things before when he worked for the CIA. And that room just there now, we're led to believe, was the occupant of the crashed one in this episode, who has met with the same fate. And apparently it's a worldwide country agreement from all the major countries of the world that any E.B.E that is found in their home country is responsible for exterminating it. I can understand that to a point, but if you are really dealing with these things, at what point does it go from you just exterminating them and continuing to hide it from the world to them seeking revenge for what it is you keep doing to their kind? And if this really is the case, why are they still all smoke and mirrors? Why do they still not come down? Why do they still stay in the shadows and not be purposely seen? I don't know. There may be a reason behind it, but I guess we're not going to find out probably for a very, very long time. We are on season 1 after all. So the photograph was fake. The truck wasn't fake, but they'd already, as I suspected when they tried to lose their tail and surveillance with the two of them about booking the wrong flights and then meeting up later at Nevada, still were managed to be surveilled and watched enough for them to have already removed the offending cargo and make the truck a fake for them as well. Not a fake, but no longer there. And how did they pull that stunt off? What happened there in the car? They are reverse engineering, we know. So this is how all these things go. They are reverse engineering anything they can from anything that they have gleaned, recovered, studied, and are using some of this technology to thwart any investigations into people looking into it any further, such as Mulder. But this guy seems to have a need and a want to feed him information. And when he said, I lied, but I also told you the truth, but once you started going down that path, I had to steer you away from it. He seems as though he can only release so much without compromising his own position. But he's definitely using Mulder as a conduit to bring these things to his attention, and then it seems to be dependent on what it is as to whether he gets anything from it, which in this case was just a conversation with him in a secure building where all the evidence has already been removed. So that could all have been the truth. That could also all have been a lie. Fabulous. Anyway, we've got lots of more of this to go. I know we have. By all means, post your comments down below. Let me know what you thought of the episode. We will be back with episode 18 in a few days' time. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, I'd very much appreciate it if you hit that sub and give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. There's lots more episodes of The X-Files, and there's plenty of other shows for you to choose from on my channel and playlists. And if you want to watch this in full length, it's available to both channel members and on Patreon. Link is in the description for Patreon, and if you want to know more about the channel memberships, you can just click on the join tab. And that's enough plugging from me. I will see you for episode 18 next. Till then, guys, thanks very much for watching. See you for the next one.